Hello and welcome to episode 34 of the What Shara Made podcast. You might notice that I'm in a little bit of a different setting today. I'm actually in the back room of my local yarn store, just because I am not able to get the house to myself at all for the next few weeks, so I've got to be a bit creative with where I can film. It's probably going to be a little bit of a short one today because I don't have a lot of time before the local yarn store wants to use their space. So I might just dive straight into whips because I've only got one. That's because I only brought one with me. And it's in this groovy project bag. It's not specifically a project bag, it's a Bagoo travel bag, but it's perfect for a project bag. Now you might remember these socks from a few weeks ago, and I'm using the Lana Grossa Malibu Beach cotton sock. I can't remember the exact name of it. And it's a cotton heavy sock yarn, so it's still got wool in it, but it's got cotton and some sort of elastane, so it's stretchy. So cotton yarn doesn't tend to be particularly stretchy. So I'm making these as sort of warmer weather socks. If we ever get any warm weather, I'll be able to try them out. Last time I think when I showed this whip, I had an ankle and that was it. But now I've got an ankle and a heel flap and part of a gusset. So it's going well. I'm hoping to have these finished in time to enter them into Socktoberfest, which is being run by Eva from the Eva Christie Hand Knitting podcast. If you haven't watched that podcast, you should go and check it out. I really enjoy it. As you can see, I'm not matching stripes. They're not matching at all. And I don't care too much about socks being matchy-matchy. Occasionally I will do it if the stripes are really dominant, and if the socks are for someone else, I'll try and match the pattern. These are just for me, and I wanted to use the yarn as economically as possible in the hopes of getting a second pair out of them, because I tried to go and buy more of this yarn because I really like the way this one has worked up, and it's completely sold out from the only place I seem to be able to find it for sale. Sorry, it's not completely sold out. The only colour they have left is this colour. I don't want another 2 pairs the same colour. So hopefully they'll get more back in stock soon. But until then, I'm going to be attempting to get a second pair out of this ball. And there's a fair bit left. So that could happen. But that there is my only whip that I have to show you. Oh, of course I have other whips going on at home, but it's the only one I brought with me. My next project I'm going to show you is actually a test knit for the lovely Sandra from the Craftfulness podcast. Hello, Sandra. And she asked me if I'd like to do a test knit for her, and she's presently doing a test knit for me, so we did a little bit of a test swap. And I test knitted her hat that doesn't have a name as of yet that I'm aware of. So in my notes I've just called it the Craftfulness hat, and I really enjoyed knitting this. It was quick, it was intuitive, but the pattern is very effective, and I'll show you. So here's the beautiful hat. Isn't it gorgeous? I love it. Really beautiful. I used some stash yarn, which was great, and I've been holding on to this yarn because I wanted to use it for something special, and it was yarn that I got from the Bendigo Woolen Mills back room. So I think it might have been a sample yarn because it's not like anything else in their range that I'm familiar with, and I'm pretty familiar with their entire range. And I got it in the back room the last time I visited the mill. And the back room is where they keep all the things that they don't have online and that aren't actually available in a commercial sense. Well, that doesn't make any sense. But it's where they have all the sample yarns and perhaps a faulty yarn. This one wasn't faulty, it's perfect. And short runs, things where the colour didn't come out quite as they planned, things like that. And this yarn is beautiful. It's 100% pure wool. It is soft and squishy. It still feels woolly, but it's not scratchy at all. And I wish I could get more of it now. If you're familiar with Bendigo Wool and Mills yarns, it's sort of like if Luxury and Rustic had a baby, that's sort of be like. It's really nice. So you can see there, but the thing that I like most about this hat is the gorgeous crown. Check it out. Isn't that beautiful? I love a good crown, decorative crown decrease. So that was a really nice hat to knit, and it's pretty groovy. Ooh, that looks funny. And I did make the beanie style, but as you can see, it is indeed still a slouchy style, but there was an option in the pattern to make an even slouchier style. So that's pretty cool. If I fold the brim up, it's more like a beanie style though. So you've got a couple of options with that. I'm so pleased with it. I can't decide if I'm going to keep it. Let me just fix my hair. Or if I'm going to use it as a Christmas present maybe. I'm not sure. We'll see. But I really enjoyed that knit. Thanks Sandra for letting me do that test knit. Really enjoyed it. Now, let's have a little drink. That might be the one and only time I've drunk coffee on this episode, on the podcast, instead of tea, but having some coffee, and it's really delicious. I lied. I have got another whip. I had forgotten that this was a whip because I had to put it on the back burner because I ran out of yarn. And I thought I'd have enough. I knew I'd be like just playing a bit of yarn chicken, but I didn't quite have enough, and I've still got a few more rows of that colour to go. So this is my Sway shawl, which is an awesome pattern from Addy Day Designs on Ravelry. Oh god, I love this so much. There's still a bunch of yarn ends hanging out, so just try and ignore those while I show you this whip. So it's very long. So it starts over here and it goes all the way along. All the way along. How cool is that? All the way along. All the way along to here. So that is so cool. Oh god, I love this thing. But I've run out of this yellow colour. I only had two 50-gram balls of that cotton, and it's a short yardage, that cotton. It didn't quite match the yarn requirements in the pattern, but I thought I'd risk it. But I've still got 4 more rows of this colour to do, and I think if I altered the pattern to just now start doing the rest of the shawl in another colour, the balance would be all out. So I'm hoping to grab another ball of that cotton this week, but I have to go into the city to get it. So, oh well, I'll have to make a trip into the city. So that's that whip. So I've done a bit of a whip FO, because I'm about to do another FO, and this one I've been working on for so long. I think I might have even shown it on the very first episode of the podcast, maybe. But I finished it. So happy. Okay, so my Fox Paws by Zandy Peters is all done. It's very long, it's longer than my wingspan. Oh my god, it's so beautiful. I love it so much. And I have been wearing it around the house, but I haven't been wearing it out of the house because I want to enter this into the localish agricultural show in their craft part and hopefully win a ribbon. So isn't it just gorgeous? I've really been enjoying it, and I've been experimenting with how to wear it as well for when I am able to wear it without fear of ruining it. It's probably a bit hard to show, especially because I've got other woolliness on and it's sort of sticking to it, but you get the idea, and I'm really enjoying it. I've even sort of done a bit of this. It's a nice thick scarf, and it's pretty spectacular. And even though this was like an epic slog, as soon as I finished it, I wanted to cast another one on, and I've been thinking of all these different colour combinations and yarn combinations that I could use, and different ways of employing this stitch pattern. And I reckon it would make a totally amazing skirt. Like, don't you reckon? I think it'd be beautiful. I'm really considering that for next winter. I think I'd look really cool. Anyway, probably not in these colours, but probably in darker colours, but really love it. I really enjoyed making it, and I enjoyed the process. I enjoyed the feeling of accomplishment every time I got past one of the crazy rows. And towards the end, I'd sort of memorised it a little bit, and it seemed to fly by. I think the second half took maybe a quarter of the time as the first half took. So that was cool. Loving it. Oh my god, it's so gorgeous. I had it hanging over the end of my bed, and just laying in bed, looking at it, watching it. So yeah, I really enjoyed this. It's really beautiful, and after a blocking as well, it made a huge difference to the fabric and the way it sits and hangs. It's got a lovely drape to it, and I knitted this with Knit Picks palette, which is a 100% wool fingering weight or 4-ply, and it comes in I think about 150 colours, so if you can't find a colour you like in there, you're probably never going to find a colour you like. So that's what I made. Finally finished. I'm so pleased with it. And that is literally the end of everything I have to show you. The test knit for the Appiday mitts, which I showed you last week, is coming along nicely. I've got some fantastic test knitters working on those, which I'm really happy about. Thank you to all my test knitters. And I've been doing that test knit for Sandra, which is pretty cool. And I've heard from the winner of the advent calendar, which is great. So I'll be sending that off to Anna this week. And I think that's about it. Yeah, crazy weather on the weekend, and we were one of the only places in our town that didn't lose power, which was a miracle. And it's been very cold, but apparently it's going to be 24 degrees on Saturday, and that's Celsius. So I am looking forward to that. I think it could be quite we've got friends coming to stay for the weekend, so thank goodness we'll have some nice weather for them. Okay, I think that's everything for now. I'm not sure if I'm going to upload this tiny little video as an episode or if I'm going to film a bit more tomorrow and editing. I'm not sure. Thanks, and I'll see you later. Bye.